Dear religious viewer of Khabar Tatak, the story that I have brought before you today under the religion section of Khabar Tatak is linked with the great Bhism pitamah. The Bhism pitamah who was the greatest warrior, the greatest statesman, and the greatest religious personality of his time. But above all, he was famous for the solemn vow he had made in order to settle the marriage of his father Santanu with his stepmother Satyavati. He did not only made the vow that he would remain celibate throughout his life and loyal to the throne of Hastinapur, but fulfill it in his life, even when the time come when his stepbrother Chitrangad and Vichitrivir was killed issueless and his stepmother Satyavati herself was telling him to be the king of Hastinapur, but he denied. Even during Mahabharata war, he did not take side of Pandavas whom he loved very much, but become commander in chief of Kaurava who was tyrannic to him. He made obstacle in the way of victory of Pandavas for 10 days from the very first day out of the 18th day continuous war of the great Mahabharata. Not even this, he spent a long time lying on the arrow and bearing the great pain in spite of he has death at his will. But he did and made his promise throughout his life. The reason behind this was not only that he did so in order to secure marriage of Santanu with his stepmother Satyavati. Also, Santanu was not so eager for the marriage, but Bhisma, by this vow, made the marriage possible. In the story, I would describe you the actual reason behind it according to Mahabharata. Now, listen to the story that put a light on this issue. In order to understand this compulsion of Bhism Pitama to make such a tough solemn vow, I bring you all to the Adi Parv of Mahabharata, where Vyas disciple Vaisampayan is narrating the story of his ancestors to King Parikshit's son Janmejaya, who has ascended the throne after his father's death. In the course of narrating the story of Bhisma, he explains that in his previous life, Bhisma Pitama was a Vasu named Dev. One day, along with his wife and other Vasu, Prithu, and others, they came to place of meditation of Maharshi Vasishtha. Seeing the beauty of this place, they all stayed there and started enjoying themselves. Maharshi Vasishtha was not there at that time. Vasudhu's wife, who was enjoying herself in Vasishta's absence, saw Nandani, Vasishta's cow, which had beautiful features and virtues. Although this cow was not needed in heaven, the wife asked her husband Dhyu Vasu to capture Nandani to gift it to a friend of hers living on earth. To keep his wife happy, Dyu Vasu, with the help of his other Vasu brothers, caught Nandani and gave her to her friend as per his wife's wish. After some time, when Maharishi Vasishtha reached his place of finance after collecting fruits and roots from the forest, he did not find Nandani anywhere there. Then he asked the Vasu who were enjoying themselves there about Nandani, but the Vasu did not tell him anything about her. Thereafter, Maharishi Vasishtha came to know through Yog Sadhana that the Vasu has stolen his beloved cow Nandani. Then he cursed these Vasus to live on earth in human form. Hearing the curse, all the Vasus immediately began to beg for forgiveness from Maharishi Vasishtha. Maharishi Vasishtha said, "My curse will not go to waste, but for the Vasus, except for you, who is primarily responsible for this, my curse will be short lived. However, the Vasu named Dev will have to endure this course for a long time, living in the human world. According to his karma, this great minded Dev will not beget children in the human world. He will be a virtuous man, a scholar well versed in all scriptures. He will be loved and devoted to his father and will renounce the pleasure of humans." Then Dev and the idiot Vasu approached Mother Ganga and pleaded with her, "As soon as we are born, you yourself should immerse us in your waters so that we may be free from the mortal world." To this, Mother Ganga said, "Okay, I will do so, but to ensure that the king's relationship with me for a son does not go in vain, a son must also be arranged for him." The Vasu gang said, "He will each contribute one eighth of our radiance. The son born from that radiance will be as desired by the king. However, he will have no children in the mortal world. Therefore, your son, while childless, will be extremely powerful." Having thus made the agreement with Ganga, the Vasugans happily departed at their wish. Thereafter, Mother Ganga married Santanu, and by dedicating seven things one by one in her water, freed from the mortal world. But even she wanted to do, she could not free the eighth Vasu named Dev from the mortal world, because due to the curse of Seg Vasishtha, Maharaj Santanu forcibly stopped his wife Ganga from flowing that eighth Vasu in the water.